My aunt at the daycare tapped, "Take the quiet one today," in Morse code before kids disappeared for special learning time. So I faked being stupid until I had proof. Now 43 victims have justice, and my aunt is serving life. The 911 operator answered on the second ring. My voice cracked as I tried to explain what I'd found. Margaret must have sensed something was wrong because she started walking toward me, her fingers tapping against her thigh. I quickly shoved the camera back in the bag and stood up, forcing a bright smile. "Just checking on Emma," I chirped, my heart hammering so hard I thought it might burst through my chest. Margaret's eyes narrowed, but before she could respond, the front door burst open. Two police officers walked in, responding to my call. Parents picking up their kids stopped and stared. Margaret immediately switched into concerned caretaker mode, her face a mask of worry. "Officers, what's wrong? Is everything okay?" She rushed over to them, positioning herself between them and the back room where Mr. Roll had taken the children. I pointed at the camera bag with shaking hands. "The evidence is in there. Photos of children. Terrible photos." Margaret's face went pale for a split second before she composed herself. "Oh my goodness, what is she talking about?" She turned to the officers, pulling out her wallet to show them her licenses and certifications. The walls were covered with awards and thank you letters from parents. "I've run this daycare for 15 years. Never had a single complaint." Mr. Roll emerged from the bathroom, straightening his tie. He pulled out business cards from his pocket, handing them to the officers with steady hands. "I'm a licensed children's photographer. Been doing school photos for 20 years. This young woman burst in during our session and scared the children." The officers looked between us. The taller one examined the business card while the shorter one turned to me. "Miss, we need probable cause to search someone's property without their consent. Did you actually see inappropriate photos?" My mouth went dry. "Yes, I saw them on the camera. Just look. She's been having a hard time lately," Margaret said softly, her fingers tapping against her leg in Morse code. "Stupid girl. Her boyfriend just broke up with her. Lives right next door to her family. It's been very difficult." Parents had started arriving for afternoon pickup, clustering near the entrance and whispering. Some pulled out their phones. Margaret walked over to comfort them, explaining there had been a misunderstanding, while her fingers continued their silent message. "Ma'am, we can't just search the camera without a warrant," the taller officer explained. "If you'd like to file a formal complaint, you can come down to the station." My phone, which had been working perfectly 5 minutes ago, suddenly went black, dead. I pressed the power button frantically. Nothing. The photos I'd taken were trapped inside. "See? She's clearly upset about something," Margaret said, rubbing a mother's shoulder reassuringly. "Poor dear. I've been trying to help her through this difficult time." The officers left after taking my information and telling me to come file a report. Parents collected their children, shooting me suspicious glances. Margaret stood by the door, waving goodbye to each family, her fingers never stopping their coded insults. That evening, my phone buzzed back to life. A text from Margaret waited for me. "Your services are no longer needed at Little Lambs. Your final check will be mailed." I tried to access the photos I'd taken, but they were gone. Every single one. My iCloud had been wiped clean. Even my deleted folder was empty. My roommate mentioned her new boyfriend worked at a phone repair shop. His name was Kelly, and he'd been asking a lot of questions about me. The next morning, I woke up to find my face all over the local Facebook groups. "Unstable employee makes false accusations against beloved daycare owner." The post had hundreds of comments from parents praising Margaret and calling me attention-seeking. Some suggested I needed mental help. My mother called within the hour. "What were you thinking?" she demanded. "Margaret is my sister. She's devoted her life to helping children. How could you do this to our family?" I tried to explain what I'd seen, but she cut me off. "You've always been jealous of her success."